Welcome to Let's Cook Together. I'm registered dietitian Jennifer Stockler.
I'm Josh Warner.
And I'm Chef James Coon.
And today we're coming with some cool summer sides to bring you to have this summer at barbecues and out and enjoying about for cool dishes when it's hot out.
So last episode we did smoked ribs and chicken. So this one is going to kind of build on what you can serve with those on the outside summer barbecues.
Absolutely.
Outside by the pool or in your backyard during the summer when it's really hot outside. These are some really cool ways that you can make a quick side. You can even make it outside while your ribs are cooking, and then you can have something to go and eat with your wonderful ribs and chicken or things like that you grill, or burgers or sausages, whatever you want to put on the grill. So this one is a tortellini salad with a balsamic vinaigrette and sun-dried tomato. Very simple thing to do. So these are just regular cheese-filled tortellinis. And we pre-cook these, so you just get them in the package, dump them in some boiling water for about 3 or 4 minutes, strain them and then cool them, and then everything else is ready to go. You just kind of toss and mix.
Yep.
Ready to go.
That's something you could even do beforehand when you're trying to get ready.
Yep.
Because I like the fact that you can do this all outside. So you're with everybody else. If you're having a party, it's not like you're inside cooking in the kitchen and while everybody's out, outside enjoying it.
Yep.
It's all in one, which is wonderful.
Right. So we'll start with these. We're just going to dump these tortellinis right in the bowl. And then we're going to add our sun-dried tomato. So this is something that I purchased, but you could make it on your own if you wanted to. If you wanted to have, take your sun-dried tomatoes and hydrate them, a little bit of olive oil, some garlic. You could put some pine nuts in here as well if you like, or some herbs. Anything you have in your fridge, you can really kind of put in here. Some olives if you like, green olives or black olives, anything like that, you can put them right in here and just put them in your food processor and blend them up. And you have a nice pesto.
Oh,
it's ready to go. This particular one I'm using today is sun-dried tomato and pine nuts.
Okay.
So I like that nutty flavor that you get from the pine nuts afterwards. Okay.
But if you're someone who does have like allergies or something, which we see, we can omit that and still be able to enjoy this dish.
Absolutely. And again, this is something that you can individualize to your taste and your allergies as well.
Yep.
Half a cup of olive oil, some shredded Parmesan cheese, about half a cup as well, a little bit of minced garlic, because you just got to have the garlic.
Gotta have garlic.
Some green bell pepper, and you can change out these vegetables that go in these kind of salads like this to anything you like. You could sub it with zucchini or yellow squash, or you could do if you didn't like onions, you wouldn't have to put them in. You could actually do sliced mushrooms if you wanted to in this.
Oh, so kind of mix it up.
Because they'll get in there with the vinegar and the balsamic, and they'll actually kind of marinate a little bit in there as well.
Oh, I like that. And the different color profiles too, make it nice and colorful.
Yeah,
sure. This is a seasoning that I buy. It's actually like a Montreal steak seasoning. So I just use that because it's something I have in the house, and it's quick and easy.
And easy to find too if you're someone who's not interested in making your own rubs or having those things. You have these seasonings, or I shouldn't say rub, seasoning mixes to have.
Some diced red pepper and some julienne red onion. Again, if you don't like the onion, you don't have to use them. And then lastly, about 1/3 of a cup of balsamic vinegar. I like to use the aged balsamic vinegar, but you can use white balsamic, or if you don't like balsamic, you can use cider vinegar or white vinegar or wine vinegar, anything you like.
Oh, I like the variety. I like that it can be fit to your needs and tasting and likes.
Yep. And where he likes the aged balsamic, I'm more of a white balsamic guy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, for me, a little bit cleaner of flavor. I think the dark balsamic can be a little bit harsh sometimes, but I really like the white balsamic on top.
And I personally like the dark because I like the malted flavor that you get from.
I like the dark too. That's kind of a preference. I use that a lot in salad dressings, making my own homemade salad dressings and stuff. But definitely, I think depending on what you're making, I can see value in both of them.
Absolutely.
Right. So how long did this take us? Maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops.
And we're done.
And we're done. We have a beautiful salad here. Now this is a salad that you don't. The longer it sits, the better, because
the flavors
let
get
everything
into the
just kind of
Yep.
marry in there. But it definitely is. It's ready to go. So you just kind of give it a toss, and the balsamic absolutely just loves the olive oil. So it's a match made in heaven. They blend together so easily.
Yep.
You won't have oil floating on the bottom and vinegar floating on the top. They just merge right together.
Yep.
One thing I like about this too, again, our last episode we did a lot of, the proteins, the barbecues of the protein there. Obviously we want to pair that protein with vegetables and also a starch. So here we got the tortellini that's adding that starch component to it. We have some vegetables. I'd say I'd probably want a little bit more on the plate for vegetable wise. One thing I like, we did, the ribs, we did the chicken breast the whole half chickens last time. I like that the tortellinis here, those things don't require bread products. One thing as a diabetes educator I get asked a lot is, I'm going to barbecues, how can I still enjoy barbecues and not over-consume on carbohydrates? Because we think dishes like this, or you think hamburgers or sausage where you got the buns with it. That's why I'd say, hey, if you want to enjoy something like this, kind of ditch the bun. Enjoy the actual protein itself, the actual smoking or the grilling of it. Add some of these starches, pack it full with veggies that you have for the sides, and you can make this definitely doable. So it can be doable for anybody to fit it in there.
That's great advice.
All right, we're gonna come with our next cool summer dish here, which looks delicious, and I'm excited about this one a lot personally, so let's begin.
Okay, so this one is actually a cucumber and blackberry salad, and we do it with actually a pickled onion vinaigrette. So it's a little bit of a process here to pickle the onions. It's a simple process, but it takes a little bit of time. So we just start with some, I like to use the red onion, and you slice them. The thinner that you slice them, the quicker they pickle.
Okay.
So, if you can get them nice and thin, you're probably looking at about a 10, maybe 15-minute pickle. This size here, probably about 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Right? So we just start with those, just get them into a bowl. And then we're going to go with a cup of apple cider vinegar.
Now for pickling, what exactly does pickling mean?
That's a great thing.
So basically what it is we talked about it when we brined our chicken. So it's basically using the acid to cook the vegetables.
Okay.
Okay. Like you mentioned with the ceviche and things like that. This is exactly what ceviche, you use the lime juice and the lemon. This we're using actual vinegar. Okay. But same process. Okay. So then you just want to season it basically. So I have a little bit of salt here, some black pepper, and I like to have a little bite, so some red crushed pepper seeds.
I like that too.
And then just to take a little bit of the acidity off, I just like to use about a tablespoon of brown sugar.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you're just going to mix this together
and then
let
you're just going to mix this together. You can just toss it with your hand to make sure that it all gets incorporated in there. And this is something that you can have done ahead of time and just keep in the fridge so that when you have those guests come over and you're ready to go, then you can just make your salad and slice your cucumbers and dress this over the top, and it's ready to go.
I love that simplicity, which is great to see.
Yep, and you want to be able to spend time with the kids and take a dip in the pool in between.
Absolutely. Have fun with this. And that's the point of this. Nothing that's going to, be long to do.
Right.
Something you can still enjoy. You're not cooking over the stove or inside, not enjoying it. Quick and easy, but yet good and delicious and healthy.
Yep. So you can actually see those onions are starting to get that rosy red color already. So one of the reasons I like to use the red onions again, because they're just so visually appealing. When they turn that nice rosy pink color from the pickling liquid. So we're going to take a break while this gets more pickled and let it sit for a little bit and marinate, and then when we come back we'll finish the salad.
Sounds great.
Okay, so we're back. We're going to go ahead, and our onions are pickled now. They've had a chance for about 25 minutes to cure. So we're just going to go ahead and slice our cucumber here and then finish our salad. So I'm using a mandolin, which is something that not everybody has at home, but some people do. I actually have one at home, a small one, which just lets you have some sliced cucumbers in a nice, easy way. You can always slice them with a knife, or some people can use a potato peeler if you like them really thin. Anything that works for you works.
I say one thing I like about a mandolin, it keeps it nice and evenly cut
Yes.
too.
Yep, they're all the same.
Yep.
So we're using English cucumbers here.
Yes. I like the English ones because they technically don't have seeds.
I was going to say they're long, skinny. They
yeah.
don't have the seeds in the center like some of the
Although
other
they
cucumbers.
do have a few seeds, much like a seedless watermelon. You can always still have some in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're much less predominant. And then of course always watch your fingers when you get down low there, because you don't want to be part of your salad, right?
I always have it where I use the English cucumbers for like eating on salads. The other cucumbers is usually what I make pickles with, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's kind of how I see the difference in just texture and what I like to
I
do
was
with
going to say the
it.
texture of it's got a lot more of a crunch to it.
Yep.
So it has a lot more bite.
It's a
to it.
firmer cucumber, so I like that better. So I'm just placing these on some spring mix. You can use any kind of base that you like. You could use some shredded cabbage if you like cabbage. It works just as well.
Okay.
You could use a different lettuce if you like, or some romaine, some hearts of romaine, or some Boston lettuce, or some gem lettuce always works nice. But anything you like. I like the spring mix because it maintains a nice crunch.
Yep.
So you have some of that frisee in there, and I like the spinach in it personally because I just like spinach.
Yep.
So it's really good. So then we just take some fresh blackberries, and of course these are local blackberries. So we're lucky here in Indiana to be able to get these. So just going to place these on top.
One thing I love about blackberries, just a kind of tidbit there, I'm always looking at ways to increase our fiber intakes in individuals and meals. It's one thing that we tend here in the U.S. not to get enough fiber in our diets. So when we're looking at fruits, some of our berries are some of the highest fiber type of fruits out there. So with blackberries, they're one of the highest. Blackberries and raspberries are one of the
Really?
highest in fibers. The other nice thing, tidbit, we always want a good variety of different antioxidants. Some of the highest fruits and vegetables with antioxidants are going to be the dark purple colored vegetables and
okay.
fruits.
Okay.
So those are going to be the extra benefit from you're looking at, helping prevention of heart disease or
Right.
cancer. We're looking at those antioxidants. Think of dark purple, high fiber right here, something all of us tend to not get enough of.
That's great advice, thank you. So once we have everything laid out, then when you're ready to serve, you just want to dress the salad. So I like to just keep those pickled onions in the center, and then just kind of drizzle all that wonderful vinegar around, and just kind of let it do its thing.
Yeah.
So that's it, it's ready to go now. You could serve that to your guests right away, and it goes, let me tell you, the acidity in that goes so well with anything that's smoked. Or anything that's sweet, like those nice sticky ribs that we just did.
Yep.
Perfect combination.
Yeah, I'm really liking how we're really helping to build a meal here. You had the protein with the last episode. We just did the tortellini, which got you the starch. Now we got our veggies, added a little kick of fruit there too. High fiber punch there. So that's something that it's really becoming a balanced meal at a barbecue, which is something that all of us strive to get, but sometimes fall short of.
Okay, so this one now is one of my favorites because I absolutely love watermelon. So this is a watermelon salad with a little bit of balsamic, some feta, and some fresh mint.
Oh, I love that combination there.
It is a wonderful combination. If you haven't ever tried it yet, this will soon be a fan at your house. Trust me.
Especially
it'll be a favorite.
Especially when you get a watermelon, sometimes they're so big, you sometimes
Yeah.
just get tired of just eating them. Now you have
Very good
something to
point.
do with all of it without getting tired of it and letting,
Sure.
fourth to 2/3 of it going bad or
Right,
something.
right, exactly.
And really,
exactly.
what is a summer party without watermelon?
Absolutely.
Right.
Just
and
in a
this is
different
just
twist.
yeah, it's a new way to do it. You could still have maybe some watermelon wedges for the smaller kids that
Yep.
might
Yeah.
not like the balsamic in the feta cheese.
And I like that.
And then you get a little bit of sweet and some of the acid and a little bit of the salty from the feta. So it's a really great combination. It works well. So let's get started.
Yes.
So we're just gonna take some cube watermelon. I like to cube it because it just kind of stays together a little bit better in the salad. But if you like to cut it smaller or bigger, it's all up to you.
Yeah, one thing that's nice is you can get the big watermelons, but also those personal watermelons are really nice, and typically they will hold together a little bit more. They're not going to fall apart. They're not going to break apart.
Yep, I was thinking the middle of them sometimes gets a little bit where it could be dicey keeping it together, falling apart. So I can see where that would be
I like to
helpful.
use the seedless ones as well, because sometimes the ones with the big seeds in them tend to get, it's hard to eat a salad when you have the seeds inside. So
Absolutely, and whoever wants to take the time to take the seeds out,
absolutely,
very, very rare anymore.
Right. So just a little bit of feta cheese, about a cup. And that's about 3 cups of watermelon, just so you know the ratio. 3 cups to 1 cup, right? And then just about half a cup of balsamic vinegar. And again, I like to use the aged one. A little bit of shredded red onion, some finely chopped. About 1/4 cup of olive oil. I like to use the extra virgin. Has that nice bite to it. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. A little bit sweet there, but it works together. Salt and pepper, and you can just do this to your taste. That's about a teaspoon of each in this recipe. And then about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. So what this is going to do is give that watermelon a little bit of that mustard base that's going to help it tie in so well with the barbecue.
I was going to say, I'm thinking back to the previous episode. We had the barbecue. We had that
lots of
mustard there. So again, pairing this together to make really a meal.
Right. So we're just going to shred up some fresh mint here. You can use any kind of herbs that you like. I like the mint because it's a great contrast with the watermelon. And it's almost, it's a salad, but it's kind of almost, it hits like a dessert sort of towards the end. But so you can have a little bit of fresh mint in there, and it just gives a nice color, and it gives it a nice fresh aromatic taste. That's basically it. So now we're just going to kind of toss it up, and you'll see all these flavors kind of come together, and the mustard incorporates into the vinegar, and the brown sugar melts, and it all just kind of comes together.
Yeah, now going back to the last episode, we have all of our proteins.
Yes.
We have added our starch.
Yes.
We've added our veg.
Yep.
And now we have our fruit. So we are literally pulling everything together.
Or like Chef said here too, with that sweetness of the watermelon, plus there's a little brown sugar in there. It's kind of tying it up to maybe a sweet, little savory-ish kind of dessert for a meal, a whole meal we're having here that would work well. And because we're adding those sides to those proteins, balancing those meals, which makes it very healthy for anyone.
Yep. And that's it. It's a really nice, appealing salad. So this was something, again, that you could make maybe an hour before your guests arrive and just pop it in the fridge. And then you don't have to have any fuss or hassle. When you're grilling, you don't have to worry about everything else that goes with it. You can just put it out on the table, and when your grilling's done, everybody's ready to eat.
And one thing to think about too is, we're all in a rush. We literally just put together 3 different side dishes in 15 minutes.
That's a good point.
Now the prep and cutting and things like that, the fruits and vegetables, maybe an hour total. But really three dishes in less than an hour. So you really can't beat that at all.
No, you can't. And so simplicity to enjoy the day as well. So we have all 3 dishes out here, and man, do they look amazing. Variety of different colors. Again, we're adding those different nutrient profiles, balancing those meals. So we're going to take a bite here of each and every one.
I can't wait.
Absolutely.
So excited.
I'm going right for the watermelon, 'cause that's my favorite. So delicious.
Oh my gosh.
Really good.
Yeah.
If you think this might be a little bit, outside of your profile to try this, don't knock it until you try it, because it is delicious. The flavor there, the hint of the mint, the balsamic with it, little saltiness of the feta. It blends perfectly together. Something that I would highly recommend anyone to try. Even if you think you might not like it, give it a try.
Absolutely.
Well, let's get into this pasta salad here. I love the creaminess of the cheese inside. And then you get the acid from the balsamic, so it's really good.
That is a good blend. And again, I'm thinking a whole meal here and how well that is there. Like the starch aspect, the different flavors with it, the balsamic with it. I love all of that that's together. Nice blend of flavor.
Fantastic.
All right, and then this pickled onions, which I'm very excited for, and the color of this.
Help yourself.
Kind of get some off to the side here. Oh, I need to get a cucumber with it. Oh, there we go.
There you go. All right, so I'm going to get in here and so fresh and light.
It is. It is very light. And I like the little tang of the blackberry with it, along with those pickled onions. Very light airy. And I'm thinking, again, we're going to combine that last episode we did with all those proteins. You add these in with it. You're looking at balance, but again, it's not something that's going to be heavy. It's so light. It's just a very light meal, especially on a hot summer day. You don't want to be overly like stuffed like Thanksgiving-wise.
Right.
And this is just a nice, good balance of all of that. Nice variety. Great summer side dishes here. Cool summer side dishes. Keep you nice and cool during the summer. Nice and easy to make. Great combination to enjoy the summer. So we hope you enjoy these recipes as much as we have enjoyed them today.